Hi, I'm Angie Hatch. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I am the clinical director at Family Strategies Counseling Center. I'm also a CSAT, so a certified sex addiction therapist. My goal here today is to help you and to give you some advice and practical things that you can do to feel better. If you're struggling right now, you're not alone in that. I'm so glad that you're here, listening to this, because I know what that's like to be in a relationship where you find out things that you never thought you would. Um, in a prior relationship, I experienced some of these things that you're probably going through. Um, the hurt, the pain, the disbelief of all of that. Uh, it's so painful to be in that position and to not have a place to go, or who do you talk to? Who's safe? Who's not safe? Who will keep my confidences? I still love this person. How am I going to get support? I don't want people to judge them. I don't want my family to talk about them in a way or see them differently. It's a whirlwind of chaos and trauma that's happening, and you're just trying to find your grounding and your feet. I'm so sorry that you're going through this and that you're having to be here. Sometimes it feels so unfair, right? To just have to feel like, why am I having to do this work? And, I didn't choose this. I didn't ask for this. And it's confusing because you love this person. And so, there's just so many emotions that are going on for you. And it can be so complicated on who can I share with and what family and what friends can I trust to be able to love us both and support us both and not see us differently. And those are such important decisions, and we're here to help you with that. And I think that it's important to know that you don't have to make that decision right away. We can help you kind of go through and figure out who's safe, who's not safe. What do I share? How much? What pieces, are important to share and are not. But getting that support is so important. So we really want to help you with that. Some people may have no help, no support. And so finding somewhere safe to go, like in therapy or in a group that's confidential, that's going to feel really safe to them. And then we can work on getting those outside support happening. So it's really normal to feel like you want to understand why this happened. Our brain is wired for that story. It wants to understand who is the bad guy, who's the good guy, how to keep us safe. The problem with that is sometimes it's not accurate. It's trying to help us make sense of things that don't make sense. And so we can feel a lot of blame and a lot of shame around what's going on. We may even blame ourselves, right? If only I'd known, then this wouldn't have happened. Or if I could have just gone back to that one time and said, maybe we shouldn't have watched that, or maybe we shouldn't have done that. Maybe things would be different. The problem with that is that we get stuck in it because there is absolutely no way to change the past. And that can create what we call shame. Shame tells us we're bad, we're not good enough, we're not lovable. And it tells us, that there's no way to change that. And that's not true. It's faulty. Shame, it keeps us isolated. It keeps us in secrecy. It tells us no one will understand, nobody will get it. People will look at us differently. They'll look at our partner differently. And it's so hard to know who we can talk to. What we need is to talk about it. That shame, it thrives in secrecy. It actually grows in that space. We have to be talking about it more, but in safe places, right? We're not saying just talk to anyone. We're saying talk to people that are healthy and can support you. People who have been through this. That's so important. Sometimes when we're not sure what to share with people and we're kind of in that place of I'm not sure how they're going to respond. I often will tell people to try something smaller, something that won't hurt so bad if you share it, and then see how they respond. Make sure that you ask for what you need and then see if they are able to do that. So for example, if you're able to say, hey, I just need to share this, but I'm going to need you to check up on me later, and let's see if they do, right? That way you're able to see if they're able to hold that space for you. Maybe you share something that is just a small piece and of the secret right? And then you're able to kind of see again, are they able to hold that space for that? I have a lot of situations where, clients will go and talk to someone and then they don't follow up, and then they feel worse, right? And that's the scary part. Or they start treating them differently and like looking at them differently. So that's where all that fear comes in. So we just want to do this in a really like thoughtful way so that you're protected and you feel supported. So one of our greatest tools are the dailies. Why I love the dailies is that they are so practical. I feel like all healthy people are doing these already. Nobody's perfect, but I think these keep you really well-rounded and balanced. It's just natural that when I eat well and I get sleep, I am a much happier person. But when we're going through trauma and we're going through so many things and so many emotions, it's really hard to just even get up and get out of bed. So what's so helpful about dailies is it gives us a goal. What I really like to tell people is to even track them, to, write it down, be thoughtful about it, have an intentional, side to it, and then go back and write it down and make sure it's there or check it off. It's really important. So some great examples of dailies are for physical. It doesn't have to just be like a workout. I know when we're struggling sometimes going to the gym or doing anything that's, a 20-minute, 30-minute workout just feels like too much. It can just be something small and simple. It could be 20 squats before you get in the shower. It can be brushing your teeth and you're standing on one leg. It could be walking to the mailbox instead of driving. Something really small, that you can really connect to. It also could be, if you're really struggling, it's just washing your face before you go to bed, because maybe it's just hard, again, to like get up and do those normal routines. For the personal or emotional daily, it has something that you love to do, something that you feel that makes you happy. It can be with someone else or it can be alone, but it's a form of self-care. It could be like a passion or a hobby that you enjoy. So playing the piano, art, a bubble bath. It could be lunch with a friend, something that you enjoy. The spiritual daily, that's something that you connect to your higher power or something deeper inside that you connect to, something in nature, outdoors. I feel like anything we do outdoors sometimes can really make it feel better. So journaling, it could be a form of prayer, affirmations, compassionate words that you read, a daily devotional of some kind. Just being outside really can help so much with that. And for the relational daily, just having one deeper connection every day. And when I say that, it doesn't mean that you have to have tell your story each day to one person. I'm saying it in a way of, hey, you're having a deeper connection. So if you're happy that day and something really positive happened with one of your kids, or something positive happened in your life, in your job, you can share that too. So, but you're having a deeper connection. It's not just surface, right? When people ask how you're doing and you just say fine or okay, that's not really how you're feeling. So we really want you to have the opportunity to connect each day with someone. So now that we've talked about dailies, we want to make sure that we're able to do those, right? We're going to go back to our tracking sheet and see how we're doing. I love this information because oftentimes you'll see patterns. You'll see, oh, on the weekends, I tend to get off schedule. And oh, that makes sense. I raged at my partner, or I got really low and depressed and I couldn't get out of bed or make dinner or anything that I normally do. But maybe during the week, I do a lot better because I'm in a routine. And again, that just kind of gives that evidence of how important those dailies are. So we get that evidence and we can use it, right, to get better and feel better. I also want to give you some advice about some of the feelings that you might be having. Anger is a very big one. Oftentimes, that anger can just feel so big and overtake you. And you might be saying and doing things that you kind of feel out of body almost when it's happening. We want to help you find ways to get that anger out. We don't want you to stuff it back down because it will just keep coming back up. We want you to find ways that feel good to you, that are healthy, to express that anger. For example, one of my favorites is going out into the desert and making sure nobody's around and maybe throwing rocks, right? And you can yell and you can swear and you can do whatever you need to do just to get that anger out. Bring a friend who you trust and you can do it together. That is really bonding. Other options are, I've had clients who maybe throw dishes, like go to DI, the Goodwill, and break some dishes. Maybe some simpler ways to express your anger might be writing out an anger letter that is not meant to be read or given to the person that you're angry at, but it's shared in maybe counseling or therapy. And there's a specific way that we ask you to do that so that you can really emote that anger and get it out of your body so you don't have to hold on to it any longer. Oftentimes it's so scary to share the anger because we're afraid it's going to come out and just explode. And so I like to use the analogy of a soda pop can, right? When you shake it, what happens? It explodes, right? When you open it, and it's scary. And that's how it feels when we haven't shared and we have all of that emotion built up inside of us. But think about what happens to that soda as it's opened, right? After a minute, maybe not even a minute, what happens to the soda? It flatlines, right? It dissipates. So that's how our emotions are. They build and build and they feel so heavy and strong and like they're going to explode. But if we let them out, then you will feel better. It's going to calm. You're going to feel peace and calm because you can't keep that emotion so high. Oftentimes we'll talk about how emotions expire, right? There's a way that if we can express those and get those out, that we won't keep them forever. We don't have to feel that feeling every time we tell that story. And that is the goal, is that at one point we'll get to be able to tell our story and we remember it and we know it's sad or we know it was hard and we know we felt all these feelings, but we don't have to feel it every time we talk about it. No matter where you are in this journey, I hope these tips have helped you. You're not alone in this process. I've been there. I understand. And there's help around the corner for you. You don't have to go at this alone. I've seen it so many times over all the years I've been doing this. I don't know if I could keep doing this work if I didn't feel like people could get better. It's such a personal journey for all of us. We want to see people get through this and to succeed and have their relationships work out. That is our goal. Reaching out is one of the most brave things that you could even do. I honor that you're doing this, that you're even watching this, that you're taking that first step to help yourself and help your family. And what a scary thing that is, right? Don't be afraid to take that next step. We're here waiting for you at Family Strategies to help. We're a team of clinicians who are trained in this work, and we look forward to meeting you and holding space for you and your journey.